Good morning, everyone. Myself D.VAMSHI. So today I'm going to explain about current trends and challenges and search analytics. So think back to 2010. If you want to find information, you want to Google or type two or three words and look for a blue link. If you were a marketer, your only goal was to be at the top of the list. So fast forward to today, the search bar has been replaced by a camera lens, a microphone, and an AI brain. We are no longer searching, we are converting. We are in the middle of the biggest shift in digital history. Since the innovation of the smartphone, this is not just a mere minor update, it is a total recognition of how humans find information. Today, we are going to look at the data behind this revolution. So, introduction to search analytics. So, what is search analytics? In this new world, it is no longer just about counting how many people click to your link. It is the bodies of digital mind reading. Every search query, whether typed or spoken or photographed, is a footprint of a human desire and fear or intent. So think of GPS for your business. Without it, you are driving in the dark, creating content and products that nobody is actually asking for. So such analytics tells you whether the road is clear, where your competitors are blocking the way, and exactly what your customers are thinking when they are alone with a search bar. So such analytics is a digital GPS that translates search behavior into actionable insights and moving beyond simple click, wanting to decode the true intent and needs for your customers in an AI-driven world. So now that we understand what search analytics is, let's look at the five pillars currently reshaping our digital landscape. So let's look at the first two pillars: AI-driven search and shift to intent. For decades, search engines were looking, you give them a keyword and they pointed you to in 2026. The librarian has read every book in the library and just gives you the answer. We call this zero-click search. When Google provides an AI overview, the search engines become the focus has to move from keyword matching to intent understanding. We are no longer asking, did they type the word laptop? We are asking, are they in the compression pause or the transaction pause? So analytics now tracks the mindset of the users, not just their vocabulary. So now let's focus on voice and visual search. The third pillar is the expansion of input. Humans don't just communicate through thumbs and keywords anymore. With voice search, inquiries have become long and conversion. A text research for pizza is now a voice search for Hey Siri. Find me a free pizza place that's open past 10 a.m. So with visual search, Google Lens, the keyword is an image. If a user takes a photo of a dress to find where to buy it, there is no text data to analyze. As analysts, we now have to look at visual brand. So mention that natural language. So search has moved the screen into physical world. So the third, privacy and platform. So data and multi-channel. The final two pillars are about to where how we track data. First, privacy. The death of the cookie means we can no longer follow users across the web like digital ghosts. We now on first party data. information use keywords makes a site search analytics and CRM integration more important than ever. So second, the multi-channel explosion. Search is no longer as Google movie. Gen Z searches like TikTok for reviews, Amazon for products, and YouTube for the truth. If you analytics strategist only looks at Google are looking at less than 50% of the picture. We must track the ecosystem, not just the search engine. So now we look into AI-driven search and zero-click results. So in biggest shift in search history is a move for Google began a doorway to begin a destination. In the past, we went to Google to find a link to website. Today, Google uses AI overlays to answer to it directly. For example, if you search what is digital marketing, Google no longer just gives you links. It writes a summary at the top of the page. This is a zero-click search. The user gets their answer in seconds and leaves without ever click an website. For the user, it's a win. For the marketer, it's look like your traffic is disappearing. So let us look into a real world example for our file to see how this impacts your analytics image. There are more realistic. Last year, 50,000 people saw your brand impression and 4,000 click to do your site. This year, your brand more properly, you hit 60,000 impression, but your clicks dropped to 2,500. Why? Because the AI summarized your expert advice. People saw your brand name in the AI box, high impression, but they did not need to visit your site. Low clicks. This is a new normal. You are trading website visits for brand authority. So now shift from keywords to search intent. So next we need to talk about how search engines have stopped acting like robots and started acting like humans. In the old days of SEO, everything was about keywords. If you want to tell laptop, you just repeated the phrase by laptop as many times as possible on your page. It was a simple game of word watching. Today, algorithms have evaluated focus on search intent. The search engine is the search engine is how asking why is this person typing this instead of using just what did they type. It's no longer about the words, it's about the goal behind the words. So next let's look at the example for the three different people types of word laptop into Google's. They might have three complete different intents like comparison intent, like transaction intent and review intent. So one person is looking for so the comparison intent, like one person is looking for best laptop 2026. They want to see a list and compare scores. So transaction intent means another is searching for MacBook Pro discounts. They have their wallet for and they are ready to buy. So next, review intent. A third person is looking for Dell XPS users reviews. They want to know about long-term reality. So modern search analytics does not just put this as three laptops. Search it categorizes them so business can show the right content at the right time. We are moving to voice and visual search growth. So this just typing into a box, search is becoming sensible. Two major technologies are leading this. So one is voice search and one is Google Lens. In the past, you had to know the name of what you were looking for. Today, if you see a pair of shoes at a cave, you don't need a brand name. You just take a photo if you're driving. You don't need a screen. Just you just ask this changes and the data we collect because of keyword is no longer just a string of text. it's an image or a conversion. So let's look at an example on screen to see how this change our analytics. The old keyword like a user types red Nike shoes. It's short, cold and transactions. The voice query. A user says where can I buy red Nike running shoes near me? So notice the difference. The voice query is conversational, local and specific. It gives us more data about the user's intent. We know they want to buy locally and they want them now. As analytics, we have to stop looking for three-word pairs to start looking for this long tail natural sentence. So let's look at the visual action. If you are in camera, hold up your phone as if taking a picture with Google Lens. During the first 30 seconds, it makes the concept feel real. The voice demo, mic, the tone, and some talking to voice assistant. It adds a bit personality to the video. So key terms mentions long tail keywords. You say the technology terms for those long voice query and make sound like a pro. Next topic is first party data and privacy focus. So with privacy regulations and reduced third party cookies, so business really more on first party data. Next, tools adopting Google Analytics 4. So we look into examples. So instead of tracking users across websites, a company analyzes on-site search behavior, logged in user data, or email campaign traffic. So the next example we have to take the so think of a skincare brand. The old way they would buy data to target anyone who recently visited a website. The new way the brand hosts a skin type quiz on their own site. When you take the quiz, you tell them have you try skin or share your email. So we move into another topic. So multi-channel search behavior. So user don't just search at Google anymore. They search on like YouTube, Amazon, TikTok. Example: a skincare brand finds uh, like analytics expand to tracks cross platforms search performance like Google traffic discovery the TikTok search traffic in increasing. Next major challenges in this analytics search. So first declining organic clicks or personalized search results or next data accuracies attribution search and next skills and technologies. Some major challenges which faced by the search analytics. So even if impressions increases, clicks may decreases. Examples: last year 50,000 impressions and this so next 4,000 clicks. So this year 60,000 impressions and 2,500 clicks. Reason: AI summarized the answer advised the group. So the declining organic clicks main reason was it of a AI summarized answer by inquiry. So personalized search results. You like search results vary by location and device search history. So let's take examples like two users search best pizza and user A sees local results in New York and user B sees results in Chicago and the rank tracking becomes harder because results. So let's data accuracies and attribution issues. The users enjoy journeys or complex search and social media direct visits purchase. So analytics looks may struggles to assign correct credit. Examples: a customer research searches your brand, then later types your dweller directly and buys. It's a conversion problem, like organic search, direct traffic. So lost the skills, technology and gaps. So modern search analytics requires SEO knowledge, data analysis, AI understanding, and technology SEO. So now companies now hire such data analysts who combine SEO, SQL, AI tools, business targets. So that's it for today's section. Thank you.